If you want to lose a few pounds, or maybe you want to stop smoking, or maybe you want to accomplish the goals that you have set in your life, well, if you answered yes to any of that, you are in the right place here today, because we're going to talk about how to get you on the road to success. And it comes down to motivation. And I don't know about you, but I know myself. I have, over the years, I have purchased so many motivational books and DVDs and tapes and everything, and they're lined in my office with them. But I just don't have the time to sit down there and read through the book or go through everything. But I want that motivation. I often say that motivation lasts a day, but inspiration lasts a lifetime. And if you truly want to be motivated and inspired, then our next guest has the product for you. Let's bring him in right now. He is the owner of Instant Wisdom Productions, and his name is Robert Rena. Robert, come on in. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fine. Thanks so much for having me, Bob.
Oh, our pleasure to have you here, because you're really solving a problem. First of all, how did you get involved in quotes? Because they call him the fortune cookie man, right?
Yes, they do.
How did you get involved in all this?
Well, I always love quotations and try to better my life using positive CDs and motivational stuff. And as I would acquire that wisdom, I would share it with friends.
Okay.
And I realized the impact it had. And eventually I got the nickname Fortune Cookie Man. Well, one day I read a quote, and it said, "A book that is shut is but a block." And I realized that I had all these books, like many, all these quote books, but I just wasn't reading them.
Right.
And I said, if I could bring the wisdom to people, make it easier in today's fast-paced society. And then I thought of the name of the company, Instant Wisdom Productions.
Perfect.
So that's where I came up with the idea.
And what Robert has done, he has put together 3 separate products. You can have the Instant Wisdom, or you can have the Stop Smoking, or you can also have the weight loss. There's a look at all 3 of the products. And what these are, these bring you, they bring you the motivation, the inspiration, but how they are delivered to you is what's so unique, because it can go on your laptop, it can go as a screensaver. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I decided to develop it for the iPad and the iPhone. My theory is, if you're sitting somewhere, if you have something to read from, you can always get wisdom that you couldn't have acquired anywhere else.
Right.
The easier it is, the more people are going to use it.
Exactly.
Originally, I came up with a quotation screensaver, and one day I was overweight, and I said, if I could just combine relevant quotations with information on diet, short, easy to read, that would be the perfect combination. That's where I came up with the idea of weight loss wisdom and smoke-free wisdom. Right. Same theory.
Right. And to me, the importance and the value of a quote is that it makes you stop and think. It makes you look at the situation, whether it be smoking or whether it be weight loss or just, accomplishing those goals. These quotes make you think and reassess what you have been doing to try to accomplish that obviously isn't working up to that point.
Absolutely.
And you are a testimonial on the weight loss program, because this gentleman has lost 35 pounds?
35 pounds.
And you look terrific. 35 pounds due to the weight loss program.
Sure.
Right.
When you could look at something and realize that a hamburger might have 500 calories and you burn 125 calories on a mile on the treadmill, makes you think, do I really need to have that hamburger? Maybe I could eat a piece of fruit or something else.
Right.
And I gave it to someone at the office, and he said to me, I was just going out to lunch. He said, and I read a quote, and it changed everything. He said, because I don't want to go get a hamburger and fries and have to pay the price of running 6 or 7 miles on a treadmill. So the fact that it was there, he could have had the best book ever. Yeah. But if he didn't open up the book, he didn't read it, what good was it?
Exactly. And there are many great books out there filled with lots of great information. But again, if you don't read them, if you don't apply them, then they don't do any benefit for you. And you're looking at one of the slides right there. Obviously, that's the Stop Smoking program, Smoke-Free Wisdom. You can take advantage of that by going to the website, or you can take advantage of the Instant Wisdom, or also the Weight Loss Wisdom. Okay, so you can take a look at each of the programs, how each one will help you by way of a laptop or our computer or TV, because you put it out DVD format, also screensaver. I mean, there's so many different ways to get all of these quotes. There it is right there on a laptop, also on a, the iPad, very, very popular. Let's break them down, though, okay? First of all, let's talk about the Instant Wisdom as a program. What makes a great quote? What makes a quote that makes a difference?
That's a good question. I think it needs to be relevant and entertaining and useful is some of the keys.
Okay.
You don't want to read a 5-line or a 6-line quote and think, well, what does it mean? It has to have an impact on somebody.
Right. And it makes you stop and think, right?
Absolutely.
And also reassess exactly how you've been handling situations up until now. We've all heard about the definition of insanity.
Right.
You know, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. It just doesn't happen that way.
That's true.
So what Robert has come up with is a way for you to really plot your success path with the end goal in sight that you're going to be able to accomplish that goal. Once again, instant wisdom is a choice, or you can also get the smoke-free wisdom or the weight loss wisdom. And we are showing you different ways to accomplish this here in the studio. Again, if it's on the iPad, that works, or it can work on your laptop or your home computer or on your TV as well. We'll talk about relevancy for a second. Are there as many good quotes today as there were, let's say, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or 100 or 200 years ago?
There might be, but if they're in a book, and as we get older, we're just not reading enough books,
right,
it's not really going to help somebody.
So back in the day of Benjamin Franklin
Sure.
and that era, obviously we didn't have computers, they didn't have computers, and they would read more at that point.
Sure.
So it really applied. But in today's, like you just pointed out, in today's technologically advanced society where we're all in tune with the iPad and the laptop and this and that and the phone, what you've really done is taken the benefit of quotes and you've matched it to today's technology.
Sure, and I believe we all have inner wisdom. We just need some friendly reminders along the way.
Right.
And most people are going through life on a daily basis and they're just functioning. If you could bring it to them, if they could be sitting on a phone or making a phone call at the office and a quote comes up, you're saving them time and they're more likely to benefit from it.
Exactly. And you're sitting there at the computer, you're working on your iPad, and all of a sudden this information is going to come up. So it's working for you without you even realizing it. Right? So once again, here are the choices that you have. You can go to the website, the address that you see on the screen, and you can pick up the instant wisdom, or if you want to stop smoking, you can take advantage of the smoke-free wisdom, or if you'd like to lose a few pounds, weight loss wisdom. And all the information is there, and you can take advantage of it. You're a call or click away. What great gift ideas, too.
They actually
right?
are. They really
to
are.
help out a friend as well. Robert Rena, thank you so much, my friend.
Bob, thanks for the opportunity. It's truly appreciated.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. So call or click and go to the website right now.